Now, I'd seen this a few days ago, and maybe I should start looking up articles. I'd seen some previous, I even kept them open, but they disappeared. But anyway, yes, they suddenly apparently refreshed themselves into oblivion, and that was that. And you could type it in, Andy Burnham, middle class areas need to take more of the, our uninvited guests, as opposed to addressing the problem like, how are they? I mean, it's the absolute ongoing insanity. I mean, you look at the lunacy of what they are selling to the public, that we have to all be part of this. We have to all be part of this. As opposed to, why is it happening? Seriously. I mean, good God. Imagine, Second World War. All Adolf had to do was say, well, actually, if we just get a whole bunch of people and we'll call them refugees, but they're actually soldiers, and we'll get them across in dinghies because, hey. But you know why that plan wouldn't work back then? Because, well, we still had some brain cells in the UK, And, I mean, here we are.
To say, we cannot have a situation where it's only the poorest communities in the country that receive, all of the dispersal of refugees and asylum seekers. I do believe.
Think about this. Now, what better way to bring about you'll own nothing and be happy? You better be happy, blah, blah, blah. But to destroy many areas where normally there was high value property because of the quality of life, in no small way being a part of that. You destroy that under the guise of, in a civilized nation, we have to do our bit internationally and just have absolutely uncontrolled immigration, knowing full well, we hands up admit that people are paying money to come across here because they benefit that much from doing so. Yeah. But the main bleat is, they've come from war-torn areas. They've, and it's mostly men. Yep. And there is no end to this. There is no end to this. What I do find is a lot of these politicians, and yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've looked into them in the past, but, there's certain politicians, for example, and remember, he wasn't even a fucking MP. Like suddenly some Labour politician MP went, you know what, I'll just give up my seat if Andy Burnham decides, hey, I'll run as an MP. And the next thing, he's the Prime Minister. No, not even a general election in any of this. And the guy wasn't even an MP at the time. I mean, we're being mocked on levels beyond belief. But remember, this is the next puppet they brought in. Think about this.
Spread out across all communities equally.
I do have to say, we cannot have a situation where it's only the poorest communities in the country that receive, all of the dispersal of refugees and asylum.
What do you think all these new properties are being built for? Who do you think? And they're now being built in areas where, they had historically a significant value. Yeah, and I'm seeing it even. I could name one place just straight off the bat, and that would be. I mean, I wonder, should I say this or not? I mean, there's so many places when I think about it. But just for example, there's a place, for example, Aberdour, and out of nowhere, on arable farmland, or had previously been, these houses started appearing, and then on top of that, they decided to elongate the main road in the sense of just having property along a certain side of it that's now apparently going to be social housing, and they all have red lights outside them. No jokes. like some kind of alarm or something. Just say it's a safety feature, whatever. But the people, when you look across the road from it, it's, housing that's been probably well and truly over 100 years old, yeah, and sought after. But now, instead of, farmland and greenery, it's now looking onto this social housing. And I suspect that we know who's going to be put in them. This is part of the destruction of the West. No two doubts about it. Let me repeat. This guy goes from not even an MP. Somebody says, let's get Andy Burnham. A Labour MP just suddenly decides, hey, I'll give up my well-paid seat and all the rest of it. If Andy, my pal Andy comes in and he miraculously wins and he's all of a sudden he's the Prime Minister, and there was not a general election in any of that.
Communities equally.
I do have to say, we cannot have a situation where it's only the poorest communities in the country that receive all of the dispersal of refugees and asylum seekers. I do believe all parts of the country need to work to play their part. It's a challenging issue. We're working at it. We understand people's concerns.
This is absolutely going to destroy many property values in many places. And the socialists are like, yeah, well, it's not affecting me. Who cares? Blah, blah, blah. But this is absolutely the destruction of Western civilization. There can be no place where you've just got native locals and historical context and that has to go. It has to go. And this is just but the latest puppet involved in this.